afternoon to you, wherever you're listening to me from. Welcome to 360 Parenting with Ibukunlu Oteshle on Honor 103.5 FM, where, as you know, honor and integrity is our watchword. Now, the rains have started coming, so it's something to be smile now. It's something to be excited about. Even though the weather is still a bit hot, but I think the rains are beginning to um, ease the heat because the heat of the last couple of weeks. I was having a conversation with someone, and I said that it's almost as if, for those of us that are believers in that maybe somebody went to hell and the door was not properly shut because the kind of heat waves that we're experiencing. But we're glad that the rains have come or are starting to come, and that is hope. And just to say that, irrespective of what you're going through right now, just keep hope alive. There is nothing that lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. It will come and it will go. Welcome once again to 360 Parenting, where we'll talk about everything that has to do with raising your children. Yes, raising your children and those other children that in your care or within your influence, raising them to grow to be adults that can make meaningful contributions to our great Nigeria. Today's edition is going to be a very exciting one. I'm excited myself because we're bringing something new to the program this afternoon. But before then, let's remind ourselves I will do this every Monday. How well have you fared in the last couple of weeks as regards parenting your children? Yes, we talked about having goals. Yes, goals for yourself as a parent for the year 2025. What are those things that you have written down? Maybe you didn't even write them down. What are those things that you've said to yourself, oh, I will not do again? Or those things that you've promised yourself that you will start doing where your children and raising them is concerned. How well have you been keeping to that? January is gone, February is almost gone. So are we restarting? Are we restarting the year? The beautiful thing is you can always restart whenever, as many times as possible. And that's the whole essence, whole sec foundation, hope for second chance. There's hope every day. As long as you're alive, you can make adjustments necessary. But it's important that you're committed to and you try to be as consistent as you can. So how well have you fared, or are you faring as regards parenting your children, as regards intentional parenting? Now, for those of you that are joining us for the first time and you're wondering what it is, what all the conversation is about on 360 Parenting, we help ourselves, we task ourselves, we hold ourselves accountable to ensure that we are better parents. Yes. So when we know better, we then do better as regards parenting our children. So who is a parent? You already know this. The P in the word parent stands for protection. That's like your number one responsibility to your children. Please protect them from any form of harm that can come their way. The A there is attention. I cannot overemphasize this. Children thrive on attention. Yes, you can't give them too much attention. No, there's nothing like too much attention. You could become indulgent. That's different. Indulgence is completely different. But it's important that we give our children the attention that they need to thrive. So the A is you're giving attention to them. The R is that you're responding to them. So when you give attention and then you notice some fears, some worries, some concerns, they report some things to you, please respond to them. So someone, one of my mentors sent me a post this afternoon that talked about when your children want to talk to you, when they want to discuss something, please stop everything that you can and just give them that listening ear and respond. Don't just listen and, oh, I've heard you, and not do anything about what they've discussed with you. So respond to them, respond to their cares, to their worries, to their fears, to their Needs, yes, very important. And their wants when you can. Then the next alphabet there is the E. You are their number one cheerleader. Please encourage your children. Do not get tired of encouraging them. Even when they're not doing as well as you want them to do, as long as they are making little progress, please encourage them. You can do better. Oh, you did well. I expect you to do like three, to have maybe 100% or 80%. You got 60%. 60%, you've done well, but you can do better. Please, let's encourage them. Even when they're not, they're not doing well as we expect them to be. Let's talk to them in the positives. You remember that concept of half-filled glass and empty glass. So it's about your mindset and how you're talking to them, or the place you're talking to them from. So E is their number one encourager, and then N, please nurture them. Be intentional about how they are growing up, what they are watching, who is with them, what they are eating, what they are wearing, what they are listening to, where they are going, their friends on Facebook. I cannot overemphasize that. For those of us that have adolescents, be friends with your children, be friends with their friends on every social media platform that they are on or that exists, just so that you know what's happening around you. So be intentional about nurturing them. And T is train them. Teach them how to talk, how to greet, how to respond. Teach and train them. When you do all of these things, then you can say that, oh, I am a parent. Then you can say that, oh, I'm parenting this child. Remember the conversation we had I think, 2 Mondays ago, where we had Mr. Bayonle here. There is no perfect parent, yes, and there is no perfect child, but we can be intentional. We can commit to doing the best that we can to raising our children to be adults that can make meaningful contribution to our great country, Nigeria. If you're just joining us, this is 360 Parenting with Ibukunlu or Teshle on Hono 103.5 FM. Yeah, so I said to you that I'm excited about this afternoon, and that's because there's this adage that 2 heads are better than one. It's been rephrased or recoined to say 2 good heads. 2 good heads are better than one. So going forward, you're not just going to be hearing my voice. Yes, I know that you're not tired of hearing it. You will still hear my voice, but it's not just going to be my voice alone that you'll be hearing. You're also going to be hearing the voice of another professional, a counseling psychologist, a seasoned one for that matter, and we will be having these conversations together, helping you as parents to be better parents, to raise your children, to do the best that you can. And I'm so excited because I have with me today, this afternoon, Joy Oladejo. Joy, good afternoon, and how are you doing today?
I'm good. Good afternoon, everyone.
I hope you did not see the rain.
Oh, I think I saw it because the heat reduced.
Oh,
I enjoyed my sleep.
So it rained in your house, in your area?
Yes, it did.
So the test it's like a litmus test. If it did not rain in your area, it means that you people in that area, well, maybe you
know what to say.
you just need to be better behaved so that the rains can get to you.
Yeah.
All right, so this afternoon, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the power of paying attention, just like the second letter in the parent that you just listed.
Paying attention. I just said it just a few minutes ago that children thrive on attention, and you cannot give too much attention to children. Let me say that again. You cannot give too much attention. There's a difference between attention and indulgence. So you can't give too much attention to your children. What becomes a problem is when you indulge or overindulge your children. And there's a difference between indulgence and giving attention.
Sure.
Joy, take it on.
Yeah. When we talk about paying attention, we are in a era where we have children misbehaving, exhibiting a lot of deviant behavior. Said if someone is sit there complaining about, oh, my child is this, my child is that, and I trained him, oh, and I taught her. Why is she doing this? It's because most times this girl tried talking to you, but you were not there for her. This boy tried talking to you, but you were so busy with your work. Yes, I understand. You have to make ends meet. You have to get money. Yeah, you said you want to pay their school fees.
Yes,
you want
we
to
have
make
to run
life
around.
better for them. But while you're running around, please don't leave these children behind. They need your presence. When you come back and your daughter is there, mom, please, I want to talk to you about this. Or dad is, your son comes and said, dad, please, I want to tell you something. Do you just push them away and say, I'm tired? Okay, go and tell your mom. I know dads are guilty of that. I can remember most times my dad was not a story-loving person. Please go to sleep. Once it's late like this and he's back, will say, oh, go to sleep. But sometimes, dad, they need to hear from you. They just need, yes, they've been with mom in the afternoon, but there's this one special thing your daughter wants to tell you. Can you just spare that 5 minutes bedtime on story with them? They need your presence.
Joy, hold on. That place that you're going to, bedtime stories in Africa, in Nigeria. How many mothers even do bedtime stories before we now even take it to the fathers? So you're asking the daddies that have gone to work all day, very tired. And maybe for daddies in Lagos, you have driven through the traffic. Even in Ibadan, you have traffic here and there, pockets of it here and there. And then you're home and you want to do bedtime story. Joy, where are you from?
I think it's I think it's not just about how learning it is. It might just be 5 minutes. And just that 5 minutes of attention with your child, it goes a very long way in their mind and in building them up emotionally. Something might have happened in school and maybe a friend told them one cock and bull story and they were, I'll tell my dad when it comes back during bedtime story.
But not available.
But dad is not available. Or maybe a friend had already told them some things that are not true. But if you are not there for them to correct and say, no, this is wrong, this that your friend told you in school is a myth, is not reality. I remember I was speaking with my niece some time ago. My niece is just 10 years and she was telling me that whenever you a lady that she speaks with, a senior told her in school, she's just in GS1, and a senior told her in school that whenever you're a lady and you're having your menstruation, you must always tie cardigan on your waist. I was like, wow.
The pain will disappear.
I was like, wow, why? She said, that's it. Whenever you're, I was like, wow. I then had to, if I wasn't having that conversation with her, I wouldn't know. And when she starts, also, she will start tying cardigan on her waist. And nobody
will be able to take that from her. I think that, what you're hitting on is very, very important. And let me share a personal experience. The importance of maybe not necessarily doing the bedtime story, but having a routine with your children. I had a training for some people last week, and I was saying to them that leverage on technology. For parents, the reality is today's Nigeria requires that not just the two hands must work for the family to live well. In fact, 4 hands must work. Then you go and borrow extra hands if you can to make it like 8 hands working
because of the economy.
So we understand that mommies now have to do 8 to 5 or 8 to 8 or 8 to 7, and daddies are also doing the same thing. Of course, they've been doing that for a while. But what we're saying is, in the midst of all of those things, you must create a routine for your children. That's where you're not physically present every time. You must create a routine, and what that does for you is it gives your children first some stability, some structure to their life. It also helps you to ensure you keep the line of communication running. And that's where, you're being present or having a routine with them. So even if not bedtime story, and I was saying that I'll share a personal experience. I remember that from as far back, so my boy will be 12 this year, and my daughter will be 9. And I remember that for as far as 6 years ago, because, my husband is not present in Ibadan. And so I spoke to him one day and said, create a routine with those children. So what he does with them is he would make sure that he takes them to bed.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so every weekend when he comes home, he makes sure that he takes them to bed. Now, my children are such that if over the years, and he's been doing that consistently. Now,
Creating
even
a
when
routine.
creating a routine, when daddy has not arrived and they are sleeping, they won't go and sleep in their rooms. They will rather sleep in the
Waiting
sitting
for
room.
daddy to take them
So
to the
when
room.
daddy comes, daddy will still carry them, each of them, to their rooms and then pray with them. And that's a routine that they have kept for 6 years. Now, my son is almost as, you know him, he's almost as tall as I am. He would still hop on his father's back.
Wow.
Every night, those 2 days or those 3 days that he's around, waiting for him to take him to bed. The same thing, my daughter. In fact, if I take my daughter to bed, she would wake up, she will walk back to the parlor and go and wait for
For daddy to come back.
And what happens is that gives opportunity for them to have conversations.
Yeah.
Beyond conversation. So also just feel that, oh, daddy is also involved in my life.
Yeah.
And so
the emotional bonding.
it's important. So whether he's the daddy, and the truth about it is it can swing both ways depending on the job, the who is more present or physically available. We need to go on this break. When we come back, we would after the break we'll continue the conversation.
On 103.5 FM.
gbogbo onínáwó pátá tó fi mọ́ gbogbo aláṣẹ chicken tẹ́ fẹ́ lò bó ti wù kó pọ̀ tó DMAGs ni ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ má wulẹ̀ làágùn jìnnà mọ́ DMAG frozen foods ni ẹ máa bọ̀. Oh yes, whatever occasion it is, chieftaincy ceremony, housewarming, naming, birthday party or whatever occasion it is, DMAG frozen foods has got your back for whatever number of chickens you may desire. All caterers worry less as DMAG is there for you to take care of your chicken supplies, be it whole chicken or in pieces. DMAGs will cut, will pack and deliver to wherever you want it. Ajẹ́pẹ́ tẹ́ bá ti ń ronú ìnáwó ẹ ṣáà máa ronú DMAGs fún irúfẹ́ iye chicken tẹ́ bá ń fẹ́ bó ti wù kó pọ̀ tó kò sí wàhálà kankan. Ẹ kàn sí DMAG frozen foods lẹ́nìí ní plot 2 block F number 6 Olúbàdàn avenue Olúyọ̀lé estate lẹ́bàá Fumac pharmacy Ìbàdàn tàbí lẹ́ka àwọn tó wà ní off new garage Akala expressway lẹ́bàá Anchor mall kátó délé Akari junction Ìbàdàn. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè 09062864238 tàbí 09062968870. Think party chickens, think JMAGs.
Do you need a reliable and super fast unlimited internet for your business and home use? If yes, iWorld Networks is your solution with our uptime affordable internet via fixed broadband. No data caps and throttling. You can enjoy your distance learning, business meetings, and family time with our reliable internet. With 24/7 proactive customer support and 99.8% uptime. We also provide connectivity for offices, schools, financial services, hotels, government, etc. Chat with us on www.iwn.ng. iWorld Networks, we've got you covered. Sign up and get connected today.
On 103.5 FM.
Welcome back to 360 Parenting with Ibukunlua Ateshli on Hono 103.5 FM. And I've been having this conversation with Joy Oladejo. And, we've been talking about the importance of giving attention to your children and establishing a routine for them, irrespective of what your job or what your job allows. The kind of job that you do, you can create something. You can still make sure that you are involved. You are intentional in parenting, in raising your children, and you're not leaving it to just one parent. Whether it's the mother that is available, physically present, or it's the father that is physically present. The important thing is that both of you must find a way to play your roles in the lives of your children. Joy, let's talk about small changes and big impacts.
All right. Now I'll be giving you some few tips, few ways of which you can pay more attention to your children. We talk about leveraging on technology. Yeah. These are time, okay, maybe your dad that you travel for weeks, maybe due to the nature of your job, once in a week, maybe on weekends you can try to make a video call with your children, every one of them. Yes, not just only when you've spoken with your wife and that's all, but once in a week ensure you speak to all of your children on video calls. Yes, because you've not been around for some days, but they might still have one or two things to tell you. So during the week, you can leverage on technology. Also, maybe when you want to have maybe one-on-one, they can let them feel free to call you. Yes, we have WhatsApp there, video calls and all. They can call you freely. Another thing I'll give you here is create no distraction zone. Yeah, when you're talking to them or when they say, Mom, please, I want to tell you something. I want to ask you this question. Can you do it with your phone, Mom? Yes, please. Yes, we are in the yes, because we have TikTok moms right now, Instagram mommy. So please, can you do it with
Joy
your
is
phone?
shaking. Yeah, shaking the table.
Yes, I think it needs to be shaken at this time, because most times our phones are more closer to us than our children, and it's really affecting these children. So we should be intentional about it.
Let me take a moment to add more to that. I like the no distraction zone.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's really a deep and beautiful one. Where you can give them total all your attention.
Yeah.
And they can see that you are committing. You're committing to that conversation. You're interested in what
they are saying.
What they're saying. And
Yeah.
it's not just what they're saying, how they're saying
Yeah.
what they're saying. Because with children, if you're not involved and really giving yourself into the conversation, you will miss things that
Exactly.
they won't say. Children leave so many things unsaid. And
They just
really
express it.
in beats here
Yeah.
and there. And so it's important that we have that no distraction zone. I
Yeah.
think that's something that I myself, I'm
Yeah, we
I'm
just
guilty
we, no,
of,
we,
and I
we,
have
we,
to do
we're
something
learning,
about
we're learning, and it's just to make us. That's why 360 parenting is there for us.
For all
and
of
also,
us.
Yes, for all of us.
Even for me.
Yeah, for us all. Another thing is ask question, engage in their word. Don't just leave them to themselves. Come, can you just stoop low and come? Okay, how was class today? Who's your best friend? Ask them about how they spent their day in school. Not just, okay, have you done your assignment? Oh, mathematics, you scored just 5/10. No, you start getting, or not just about the sum. Can you ask them, how did you spend your break time? Yes, during the short break, okay, what did you do? During the long break, what did you do? Can you just engage with their word? Yes,
not just the yes or no questions.
not just the yes
How
or no.
are you?
Yeah,
Fine.
no.
How was school?
Let it be an open-ended question. Yes.
It's important that we engage them. I like
Yeah.
how you've coined the come into their world.
Yeah.
Like leave where you are, come into their space.
Yeah.
And engage them in that space. And let them converse with you. Let them have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
How did you spend your break? What were the things that you did? I think it's very, very important that we engage in these things with our
very
children.
important. Another thing I would like to talk about is mirror their feelings. Sometimes these children don't say everything, but by the time you're able to notice, you can just say, "Oh, John, I noticed you're feeling moody today. What happened? Oh, while I was not around, before I came back, what happened?" You can be able to know what they are feeling, the way they are feeling, what they are thinking about. Sometimes it might just be fears about the unknown. Sometimes it might be because, okay, they've not done this, they've not done that, and you can be able to debunk some of the lies that their friends might have told them. So,
I think that might just be where we'll draw the curtain, Joy. First is that, leverage on technology.
Yes.
Second is create
No
a no
distraction
distraction
zone.
zone.
Yeah.
And the third is that you mirror their feelings,
Yeah.
which is very, very important. And I think that one of the ways you can do that yourself is when you pay attention to them, when
Yeah.
you know them. If you don't even know what their normal disposition is,
How will you be able to
tell
when
the
they are-
difference when there's something happening or there's
Sure.
a change? So those three things I think are sufficient for us to, because we have to go, are sufficient to run with. Can you try and in the next couple of days try and put those things into practice and come back next week? Next week we will open the phone lines and have a discussion and have some interaction and tell us if there's any difference. If you try and put those things in place, number one, leverage on technology, do video calls. One thing with my son is if Iriolua calls me on WhatsApp, If I am not in a place where I don't want, or I'm not properly dressed, I won't pick it because it will switch to video immediately. It's almost like it's a routine. When we're talking on WhatsApp, he wants to see my face.